Harry and Meghan, who would very much...
If you wanted proof that the bullying allegations against Duchess Meghan is made up fan fiction from a desperate institution that knows that they messed up and the people that they bullied and harassed out of their position know where the bodies are hidden, listen to this.
Much like to tell the truth about their experiences, working for them, alongside them, and with them. And maybe you should, be careful what you wish for, Meghan.
So I want you guys, those of you that have sense, to just use one brain cell and work with me here. When have you ever seen the British royal family defending Meghan? That's not a thing that's ever happened before. In fact, following that Oprah interview and how high profile the exit of Harry and Meghan was, I find it impossible to believe that there are credible bullying allegations against Duchess Meghan, and it wouldn't have been made public by now. I find it impossible to believe, guys. So I'm curious, why has nobody besides Jason North, who happens to be the guy who does whatever William wants him to do, why has nobody ever come forward publicly to give their story to any of these tabloids? Think about that for a second. We have people who, the British royal family, go out of their way to find people to discredit Harry and Meghan. The British press literally have done everything beyond humanly possible to discredit Harry and Meghan, and yet they can't find one person willing to put their name and come on the record to say exactly what Meghan did to them. Interesting.
We were at Royal Ascot last week, so we didn't discuss Meghan's controversial appearance on the podcast where she...
It wasn't controversial. She went on a podcast. If you guys, for those of you who watched it, it was with the amazing Emma Grede, a founder, also a biracial woman of color, like Meghan, a British citizen, right? She went there. For those of you who haven't seen that podcast, I highly recommend you do. I will post it in the description.
Talked about lies. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I wrote a big piece on this because I thought it was very, very interesting. So it was she appeared in the run-up to the As Ever launch on the Aspire podcast to basically plug this forthcoming extended range of hers. And the host asked a very clever question, I thought, which was...
The host being Emma Grede.
Emma Grede, yeah. If you wanted to change anything about your kind of, your public profile, is there anything that you would change or do differently? Now, you'd expect someone to maybe slightly look inwardly at themselves. Meghan batted this straight back, and it wasn't an inward look. She said, I would ask people to tell the truth about me. And then went on to talk about a mysterious lie that had been told about her 8 years ago, but not saying what that lie was and how, it surely couldn't hang around for a lifetime. And
first of all, I strongly advise everybody to go and watch that podcast. That was not what Meghan said. It wasn't what Meghan said. And what I will do when you get to the end of this video, you will see the actual quote. I'm going to play the part where Meghan talks about when Emma asks her the question about what she would change about how she is portrayed in the media, and Meghan says, I would ask people to tell the truth. Meghan didn't say that. Meghan did not allude to a particular lie from any time. She literally, if you look at the two parts, you will see what I mean. Go and watch the Emma Grede podcast. This is what I say about the Daily Mail royals, especially this stupid woman, Rebecca English, who was named in one of Prince Harry's legal complaints against British media. They are liars. These people couldn't tell if Rebecca English is, or as I call her, Becky Bighead, is saying something. I want you to know that 99% of what she's saying is utter and complete nonsense and a bald-faced lie. Do not believe anything these people say. Everything they say is literally verifiable. They just rely on people who do not watch content properly, who do not read properly, or who do not pay attention. It is literally their job to lie for the British royal family.
And Buckingham Palace did not want to comment on this, obviously. They really don't want to get into public spats with Harry and Meghan anymore. But I spoke to a lot of well-placed people in royal circles.
Yes, you wrote a piece about it for the Mail, which was fascinating.
And I hate to use the word eyebrow raising because it's an overused word in the way that olive branch is in my business. But they were like, I think there's a lot of people actually around Harry and Meghan who would very much like to tell the truth about their experiences working for them, alongside them and with them, and maybe you should, be careful what you wish for, Meghan.
May I ask, why don't they tell the truth?
I mean, look, there is the kind of royal equivalent of NDAs, but also, and I made the point in the piece in saying this, that people who work for the royal household have a lot of dignity and a lot of honour, and they believe that you go into that kind of service for crown and country, and you don't start tattling outside of it about members of the royal family. And
it's very interesting that this stupid woman says that you don't start tattling. Then how come Kensington Palace was leaking lies and misinformation about Harry and Meghan? Why did Kate Middleton allow her bulldog Camilla Tomini to say in the press that Meghan made her cry? Why didn't she correct her? How did it even get out that there was an incident between Meghan and Kate? According to Harry's book, it was William that told Camilla, and Camilla leaked it to the press. They don't talk. Oh, they don't talk. You're right. I actually agree with her. The people the bulldogs they sent to the press most likely don't talk on their own. They talk on behalf of the royal family. So people in the British staff have integrity. Let's keep it 500%. There are no credible accusations of bullying against Meghan. And another reason why I believe that, after the Oprah interview, it was interesting that these bullying allegations came out a day or so before the Oprah interview. And as soon as it was clear that Meghan was going to Harry and Meghan were going to send their lawyers after that allegation, all of a sudden the bullying claims vanished. All of a sudden, the so-called bullying claims investigation that the royal family did couldn't be revealed to the world. Ask yourself, for a woman that nobody has tried to protect before, do you find it credible that there were credible bullying allegations about Duchess Meghan and they would not have made it public? And if you still believe that these people are telling the truth, I don't know what to do. I really can't help you. Please continue to like, subscribe, and share. And please feel free to drag Rebecca English, because she is a liar and her head is massive. Slapped ass. I refuse to learn that woman's name. And of course, this is Maureen's. Maureen is part of this. Drag him too. Thank you guys. Bye.
About the public narrative.
So do you recall I said that Becky English is a liar? Listen to listen to the question that prompted the conversation.
I wanted to ask you a little bit about...
Listen to the conversation that prompted the question and the answer about how she was perceived in the public.
The public narrative, because when you sign up to be an actress, you know that people are going to start recognizing you, they're going to start speaking to you on the street, but that's very different from what you have now.
It is, Emma. It's very different.
No shit. I wonder, and listen, I want to say this to you in the best way, because I wonder if you could rewrite your public narrative from scratch. Is there anything that you would do differently?
Yes, I would ask people to tell the truth.
Did you hear that? That was the sum of it. Like I kept on stressing before, please go and watch the full interview. I'm getting you excerpts so you can see her response. She's not referring to anything in particular, contrary to what that idiot Becky English was saying. She's just giving a general comment. Tell the truth. Don't lie on me. Period. And I think she doesn't have to say more than this is enough, because as you've seen, and hopefully my videos have conveyed, people lie about this woman with impunity.
Angry if I felt like everyone.
And this is the next part where, shout out to Shajona, this is the part where Becky English references an 8-year-old lie, because again, Rebecca English is a liar. She intentionally she intentionally misinterpreted what Meghan was trying to say. So listen to the question and listen to Meghan's
I would just
response.
get so angry if I felt like everyone was lying about me all the time. Like, don't you ever feel like just being like, just leave me alone. Like, let me show you. Is there a part of you that ever is just like, just leave me alone?
Peaks and valleys.
Peaks and valleys.
You know? No, I mean, like,
Very elegant.
but it's true. Of course, I've gone through those chapters and do a lot of work. You do a lot of self-work and go, what's the why? It's happening for a reason. And my dear friend Serena, who I'm sure you know,
I love Serena.
but she told me years ago, a lie can't live forever. 8 years is a long time, but not forever.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what she was talking about. These questions were coming in hard, and frankly, if you listen to that podcast and you were not inspired as a woman, wherever you are in your career, as a businesswoman, I don't even know what to tell you at this point. But yeah, you listen to what she said there. Where is she referring to the royal family? Where is she referring to any one thing? Where is she referring to, if we go back to what Becky was saying, that she's referring to a lie from 8 years ago? No, how I interpreted this is, they have been lying about me for as long as I've been dating my husband. She used the 8 years because I think it became official with Harry around 2017. So, or 9 years. Wait, is it 9 years? I know they met in July. They dated for 6. Yeah, I would say about 8 years. Yeah, it's probably when they became public. They've been lying about her since day one. So Becky is an idiot by intentionally misinterpreting that, because again, a lot of people are not going to go and watch this podcast if they hate Meghan, and they're not going to pay attention and listen to understand. They're going to intentionally misinterpret and listen to people like Rebecca Bighead English, whose job is to try and is to continually smear Meghan and try and diminish her accomplishments. So yeah, I guess I'm going to close this video with, in the landscape that we live in today, right, you need to question the people who are giving you news. Even me, question me. This is why I'm saying, watch the podcast yourself, right? Make up your own mind. But if you listen to this podcast back to back, it's a very long one, it's a good one, it's a comprehensive one. If you genuinely still believe a lot of the nonsense that you've heard about Meghan, then you are beyond, then everything I am doing here is not for you. You've made up your mind, and there's nothing that's going to change your mind. Please continue to like, subscribe, share, guys. Bye.